Hello Infotech students. Today we're going to be working on lesson 11. So make sure you open with Adobe Acrobat Reader, get your book open. Let's go to lesson 11. Okay, today we're going to be defining groups, creating a subform on a report, and creating the print layout, working in advanced reports. So we're going to be grouping. It says a group is a collection of records separated visually by any introductory or summary information displayed with it. Reports can be grouped on fields or expressions. A grouping field is a field by which data is grouped. Grouping levels are nested arrangements of groups in a report. You can also specify grouping intervals by using the Grouping Options button. Grouping intervals establish the way records are grouped together. They can be very useful in arranging large numbers of records in your group. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, scroll on down here. It tells me to open up Messenger out of our data files. So let's go to lesson 11. We'll open up Messenger. First thing that it tells me to do is save as. So we're going to go to save as, save as. Let's go to our Infotech folder, access, lesson 11. We'll type in messenger-final. Okay, hit save. Alright, so it says in the navigation pane to double-click corporate sales table to open it. On the Create tab in the Reports group, we're going to click on Report Wizard, and the dialog box should open. It says to click the arrow button or double-click each item to move the region's borough, sales person last name, I like to double-click, company name, and contract amount. Okay, it tells us to hit the next once you have all 4 of these items in your selected fields box. It says to select region and borough and then click the move arrow. And also select contract amount followed by salesperson last name. So it should look something like figure 11-1 when we're done here. Okay. However, though, it says notice that the salesperson last name field is still active in bold type. It says click the priority up arrow to move it up 1. So it's at the second level. So salesperson last name should be at your second level, followed by contract amount, lastly, company name. Okay, it also tells us on step 10 to click on grouping options. And the grouping intervals dialog box appears. It says click the down arrow on first grouping intervals menu, and we're going to make sure it says normal. Okay, we're going to click OK. I guess just make sure that you take a look at the choices. So you can group it by first letter, second letter, initial letters, on down. Okay. Alright. It says click the next button to go to the third screen, and we're going to click the down arrow and choose company name, and we're going to make sure it says ascending order, and we'll click next. In the layout section, we're going to click blocked, and we're going to keep the portrait orientation set up. We'll click next. Okay, and we should be on the 5th dialog box. This is where we type in our name. So we're going to get rid of the 1 there, and it says corporate sales by region / sales person. Okay. And it tells us to replace the default title. Okay, yep, so we did that. And we're going to preview the report when we click finish. So click finish. All right, and your report should look similar to picture 11-4, and ours does. So we have it grouped by region first, followed by salesperson, then contract amount, and then followed by company name. It says to close the report and close the table, but leave the database open to use in the next exercise. Next, we're going to be working with adding group headers and footers. So the group header is the section of a report where the name of a group field is displayed and printed. A group footer is the section of a report where the data in the group is summarized. So in the navigation pane, we're going to double click on corporate sales. Notice that the report is not arranged by groups. Okay. We are going to change to layout view. And we're going to close the field list pane if it opens, which it did. It says on the design tab in the groups and totals group, we're going to click the group and sort button. The group, sort, and total pane appears at the bottom of the screen as shown in figure 11-5. It tells us to click on the Add a Group button, and we're going to select region and borough on the group menu. The report is now grouped on the region borough field. Next it says to click the Add a Group button again. This time we're going to select salesperson last name from the menu. The report is now also grouped on the salesperson last name field. Okay, so then it tells us to change to design view. Your screen should look similar to figure 11-6, which it currently does. Notice that there is a region borough header for that group and a salesperson last name header for that group. The company name and contract amount fields are arranged in the details section. And it tells us to save the report, but we're going to leave it open to use in the next exercise. All right. So here is a list of grouping options such as sort order, group interval, totals, title, with and without header, footer. Do not keep group together on one page, keep whole group together on one page, keep header. So there's a bunch of different grouping options, and we're going to change some of those options in this next step. So we're still using corporate sales report. It says to change to layout view, so we're going to go to home, view, click on layout view, and it tells us to click the group on salesperson last name row. So click right here on this row in the group, sort, and total pane, and then we're going to click, so to select a row, guys, you click on these little dots on the side. Okay, we're going to click on the more button arrow, and we're going to choose, click the down arrow beside the header section, or with header section. Oh, sorry, let's see. Lost my place here. Click the down arrow beside the header section, and we're going to select without a header from the down menu. It says to change to design view. Notice the salesperson last name header has been removed and has been deleted from the grouping area. We're going to change back to design view. Oh, sorry, change back to layout view. Okay. It says click the down arrow beside without a header. If the without a header section doesn't appear, click the more button. Okay, so we need to click there. And we're going to change it to with a header section. Okay, then it says click the move up arrow at the end of the group on salesperson row. Notice that salesperson last name group is now the top level group in the report. Okay, so it's the first level now. It says click the add a group button, and we're going to choose company name. From the menu, a new group level is added to the report. Alright, it says on the design tab, in the group and totals section, we're going to click on hide details. Okay, so when we do that, the data in the contract amount field is hidden. So notice you can't see any of the data. We're going to click hide details again, and it should be displayed now, which it is. It says to click the more button on the group on company name. And it says to click the with A on top down arrow. We're going to change it to Z on top. It's going to sort them by descending order. We're going to select Z on top again, and we're going to change it to with A on top. Then it says to click the delete button on the right side of the group on company name row. Okay, the row is deleted, as is the company name header section. It says to change. Okay, so it says to change to report view. So click on view, report view, and your document should look similar to the document that you see on figure 11. I'm going to zoom out here, 11-8. Okay, so save your report, and it says to leave it open to use in the next exercise. All right, so we're going to change to layout view. And you know what, I'm going to adjust this a little bit here. I'll make this a little bit wider. All right. So change the layout view. We're going to click the group on salesperson last name row in the group sort and total pane, and we're going to click the more button. We're going to click the with no totals down arrow, and the total menu appears. It says to click the total on drop down arrow, and we're going to change it to contract amount. Alright, and then it says click the type drop down arrow, and we want to make sure it says sum if it isn't already selected. Point to the show grand total box, and we're going to click the show grand total checkbox. The menu disappears and the grand total appears in the contract amount column at the bottom of the report. So you have to scroll all the way to the bottom. Okay, and it will show you the total down here at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to click the group on salesperson last name row again. click the More arrow, and we're going to choose the With Contract Amount Totaled down arrow. Where it says Total On menu, we're going to select Contract Amount. And then we're going to click the Show Subtotal Group Footer. Okay, the salesperson last name field header. Select the salesperson last name field header on the report. That would be this right here. On the Design tab in the Grouping and Totals, we're going to click Totals. Let's see. Oh, so we have to click right here. Okay, so click right there. And then it tells us on the Design tab in the Grouping and Totals, then click the Totals button. And we're going to choose Count Records. It says to change to Report View, the total number of records appears at the bottom of the report. So you have to scroll all the way to the bottom. Okay, it shows you the count. It also shows you the totals over here as well. So we're going to save the report. Okay, now we're going to be creating a subform on a report. So we're still using Corporate Sales Report, and we're going to change to Design View. It says click and drag the Future Period Contract Projections form. From the navigation pane to the report detail. Okay, that would be this one. So we're going to click and drag it and drop it inside the detail section. Okay, so it should look something like this right now. Okay, so right now your screen should look similar to Figure 11-10. It says to change to Report View on the and to view the report and related subform, and cycle through the 2 records in the top subform using the record navigation button on the subform. Okay, so you can kind of see the form using the navigation buttons right here. Okay, so now it says save and close the report. Next, we're going to be working in Print Preview. It says use the Messenger Final Database. We're going to right-click Corporate Sales Report in the navigation pane, and we're going to click Copy. Okay, and then we're going to right-click somewhere down here in the blank area of the navigation pane, and we're going to click Paste. The Paste As dialog box appears. We're going to type in Sales by Salesperson. And we'll click OK. It says to double click the Sales by Salesperson report in the navigation pane, and then we're going to change it to Design View. You want to remove the subform from the report and keep only the sales related to each salesperson. Okay, so it says in the detail section, we're going to click the Future Contract Projection subform, and we're going to press Delete on the keyboard to delete the subform. On the Home tab in the Views group, We're going to click Print Preview. Okay, the report is displayed in Print Preview. Notice the large area of blank space between the company names and the detail section. On the Print Preview tab in the Zoom group, we're going to click on 2 pages. The first 2 pages of the report are displayed on the screen. Notice the second page has no report data on it. You need to correct these issues in Report Design View to ensure the report print layout is appropriate before printing. So on the Print Preview tab, we're going to click Close Print Preview. To return to Design View, it says click the Error Checking Options button next to the report header section. Okay, that would be right here. We're going to click the Remove Extra Report Space button. The report width is automatically adjusted, however, the issue is not entirely corrected. And the error button still appears. It says scroll to the bottom of the report. If necessary, place the pointer over the top of the salesperson last name footer until it turns to a two-sided header. Click and drag the salesperson last name footer and place it below company name. And contact amount. Okay, this removes the extra blank space between company names and the detail field. Okay, so we're going to change to Print Preview again. Notice the report layout still appears on 2 pages. The remove extra report space didn't entirely fix the issue. The page number control is exceeding the width of the page in Design View as evidenced by the page numbering text appearing in the footer section on the second page. Oh, see, so we have a little extra space right there. Alright, on the Print Preview tab in the Page Layout group, we're going to click Landscape. The report is displayed in landscape orientation and the formatting appears correctly. On the Print Preview tab, in the Page Layout group, we're going to click on Portrait. The report is displayed in Portrait again. On the Print Preview tab in the Page Layout group, we're going to click Page Setup. Page Setup dialog box appears. Notice it contains many of the same options that are available in Page Layout group. On the Page Print Options tab, we're going to change the left margin from 0.333 to 0.25. Click OK. Notice that all the report data now fits and will print on 2 pages. On the Print Preview tab in the Zoom group, we're going to click the Zoom button arrow and we're going to choose 50%. Then it says click the Close Print Preview button and you are back in Design View. It tells us to save the report. And we're going to go back to Print Preview. On the Print Preview tab, click Print. The Print dialog box appears. Click OK to print or click Cancel to close the dialog box. We're not actually going to print, so we're going to click the Close to close Print Preview and the report. Pause, leave the database open to use in the next exercise. Next, we're going to be working with the label wizard. The label wizard helps you create label size report that you can use to print labels. So we're going to click on the clients table in the navigation pane to select it. And then on the create tab in the reports group, we're going to click on the labels button. The label wizard dialog box appears, and we're going to scroll in the product number box and select Avery. You're probably going to have to scroll for a little while. Here we go. Avery US 5160. We'll click on that. Okay, and we'll click the next button arrow. The second label wizard appears. It says where font name is. We're going to choose Times New Roman. I'm going to click on the T to go down to Times New Roman. Notice the preview sample displays the new font. For font size, we're going to change it to 9. Font weight, we're going to choose from light to normal. And in the text color, we're going to click the ellipse button, which are the 3 dots, and to display the color dialog box. Notice the options available. It tells us to click cancel, and then we're going to click the next button. The third label appears, and it tells us to first select company name in the available fields list, or click the arrow to move it over. We're going to press enter on our keyboard. Type attention, ATTN, press the space bar. Then we're going to select contact first name, insert a space in between, double click contact last name. We're going to press the enter key on our keyboard. Then we'll select address, press enter, city, type a comma, space, state, space bar, and then the zip code. Okay, your screen should look similar to figure 11-17. So we're putting in these field names for addresses. So it will automatically create address labels for us. So we're going to click next. Okay, and then it says we can sort these based on zip code. So I'm going to click zip. And then it tells me to click next. The fifth label wizard dialog box appears. It says leave the default name as labels clients, and then we're going to click the modify the label design option button, and we're going to click finish. So right now it should look something similar to the picture, and we're going to click the home tab in the views group, click the lower portion of the view button, and then we're going to choose a print preview from the menu. Your screen should look similar to figure 11-19. So it took all of the info in our clients table and made these labels. Alright, so it says on the home tab, click print preview. Okay, we're going to Then close print preview and close the report. We'll save it, close it, close out of clients table. Tells us to stop and close the database and then exit access. If this pops up, just go ahead and click yes, okay? And we're done with lesson 11.